The Knicks never look better than they did earlier on, getting off the bus.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and he has their confidence. David, thank you. As we get a break in the action, now let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. If you look at the Knicks, it hasn't been a great season for them. We may see some changes in the offseason. And, of course, Detroit tied up with them.
And right now for the Pistons, they've had such a disappointing season. Even when they've gotten a little bit of momentum, they haven't been able to keep it going.
It just feels like they're sputtering right now. Every time you think they've turned the corner, they really haven't.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. They've got Barrett. Harkless is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Taj Gibson. And it's Payton in at the 1 spot. And for Detroit, at the forward positions, Snell and Griffin. Rose is out there with Kennard. And it's Wood in at the 5 down low. Now here's Griffin. Following the miss by Taj Gibson. It's stolen by Randle. Now, here's Barrett. Tight defense on him. Randle right side. And Randle throws it down.
Well, the big man, Taj Gibson, pretty assist there, Kevin.
Rose against Payton. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Gibson. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And just willing to take chances defensively pays off in a transition basket.
That is quick defense to offense. These guys such terrific athletes. You can't let your guard down.
A lot of opinions, Doris, on who may be named the coach of the year. When you look at the criteria for you when you're voting, what do you look at?
Well, obviously, you think about who has the best record. That's the first thing you look at. And what has contributed to that best record. But it isn't only about that, right? You have to consider, number one, what's the roster challenges that head coach may have had to overcome? Did he have to deal with any mid-season trades? There are so many things that go into making up a great year as a basketball coach in the NBA. So many things.
Now here's Rose. A good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over. Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Boy, just 1 for 4. A little brisky right now.
Randle kicks to Harkless. New York moving the ball around. Takes a 3. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
And a moment now to check out the numbers for Payton. He's around 10 points per game, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
There's no doubt about that. Great anticipation, excellent peripheral vision. His talents are really shining through.
The Knicks leading by 6. The pass to Portis. Griffin with the steal. In the corner, Snell with it. Shoots the 3. It's good. This time the assist from Rose.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Bullock, good.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Rose attacking, and that one, good. Rose has got his second bucket of the night.
And that is one of Derrick Rose's signature moves. May not be as fast as he once was, but boy, that explosive first step remains.
Now, here's Barrett. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Hawks in Atlanta.
And what a wrecking ball defensively, seen by the 4 steals he had in that game.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Portis in the post, defended by Griffin. Back to Portis. To the inside, and finished off by Robinson.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? And with the way Mitchell Robinson can protect the rim, Doris, there's a lot to like about that second-round pick.
Yeah, on draft day, Mitchell Robinson flew under the radar, but he had a great summer league. He got tremendous minutes early as a rookie. This is a great leaper, a great shot blocker, always something teams can use, both of those attributes.
Here's Snell. 5 points in the game. Wood up again. It's good on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Pass to Robinson. 24 seconds left in the first quarter. Can't hit from in close. Knocks it loose. And Robinson throws it down hard.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience. Well, great decision to kick it out. Trust that your teammate will knock down the shot.
There's Rose with the three. He can't get that one to fall. And so it's New York with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We've got more in store for you right after this. Frank Neely.
Defense is 80% of will, and
a young player with an advanced understanding of defense, and his length gives him an edge.
And his defense is something he enjoys. If he can put it all together at both ends, he's a player you can build around.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they, Greg? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
June Boyer is out there with Maker. Then there's Brown, and it's Galloway in at the one. They're the group Detroit will start the second with. Now, here's Robinson. He's coming off a 10-point game against Atlanta. And now, here are the 2K leaderboards. Since the All-Star break, these teams are leading the NBA in second-chance points. Number 1, the Knicks.
Not many will go after it on the offensive boards the way they do. I mean, and particularly since the break, they have really made teams pay on the inside.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Taj Gibson's checked in for Robinson. Rando comes in for Reggie Bullock. And it's Payton in for Frank Ntilikina.
Well, quick hands and active feet. Elfrid Payton as good on the defensive end as anyone in the league. Guys, when you consider the New York Knicks roster, there is some talent amongst their young players. More than a handful of their guys in their first 3 years in the league. Kevin Knox, Mr. Robinson, and Mr. Dotson all could be factors for them in the future.
Here's Mikhailuk. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Maker, the 19-footer, is on the money. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Doris with the youth. The Knicks added Dennis Smith to that bunch as well.
No doubt, Kevin. This was a player they had their eyes on. So when you couple Dennis Smith Jr. with some of the young assets they've collected over the last couple of years, there's a ton of young talent coming up in New York right now.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for him.
And it's really been a nice trend for him over these last several months. He's been steadily improving in terms of his scoring output. That extra production making him more valuable the further we get along in this season.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Henson's checked in for Maker, and it's Jordan McRae in for Langston Galloway. And New York with a change here, too. Maurice Harkless is checked in for Taj Gibson. Pistons trail by 4. Passes it to Mikhailuk. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Now that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
Ellington the pass to Payton. Back to Ellington. New York moving the ball around. Out left to the wing. Kicks it to Harkless. A 3. Detroit with the rebound. Victory eluded them last time in New York when they took on the Knicks.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, we all know that circumstances and time changes everything. In Dallas, Dennis Smith Jr. thought he was going to be the cornerstone. But with the arrival of Luka Doncic, everything changed. The promising point guard was traded to the Knicks, and Smith said it was important. It's a big opportunity, and I've just got to make the most of it. But Kevin, we know one thing in New York, the ball is back in Smith's hands.
And D.A., that's when he is at his best. Thank you. Well, you look at the length of Knox, Doris, his arm span, his frame. He can be a handful.
No doubt. Kevin Knox is able, because of that frame you talked about, to shrug off contact and muscle through most players. His reach allows him to be disruptive on the defensive end. So in terms of the physical metrics, you love what this guy brings to the table.
Will not go. This is off the front iron. The Pistons trailing. Here's Mikhailu, and he uses the glass on the layup. Mikhailu's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
Harkless the pass to Knox. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here's McCray. They get it back.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Here's Knox. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Harkless has got the game tied up here for the Knicks.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Randall passes to Harkless. Back to Randall. And Randall throws it down.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
Oh, what a pass. And then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth. 1 second left. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by court.
Thank you, Kevin. Alfred, how big is defense going to be in the second half?
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. Looking at the Pistons. Kenny? Well, one place they had the edge was on the offensive board. And that does it for our halftime show.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. We're seeing a tremendous game from Julius Randle.
And he's been a monster in this game, throwing down some huge dunks. And I wasn't sure the rim would even survive in that first half.
His power is unbelievable. An intimidating force when he's at his best.
Tipping off the second half, here's David Fizdale's five. Taj Gibson is out there with Julius Randle. Then there's Mo Harkless. Then there's Peyton. And it's Barrett at the two guard.
Well, we know Taj Gibson is not opposed to playing physical basketball. In that instance, he seeks contact and gets an opportunity.
You talk about a player who is a consummate pro, Taj Gibson.
No doubt. Taj is a guy who has always approached the game from a veteran standpoint. He's a great leader, great defensive player, and in between the lines and out, you can count on Taj Gibson.
Now here's Harkless. Following the miss by Derrick Rose. Harkless finds Gibson. Back to Harkless. Pass to Randall. Over Griffin. It's hauled in by Wood. So it's Detroit now. It's a one-point game. Kennard, the pass to Wood. There's Snell. Drops one in from the wing. Snell's got 9.
Listen, he's streaky, but if he gets hot, you've got to run people at him. Anything you can do to disrupt his rhythm.
And Barrett the bucket on the assist from Gibson. And the Knicks lead by 1.
I love seeing Barrett cash in there. He knows he has what it takes to finish through contact. I feel like they could execute this play in their sleep. Griffin, one of the premier alley-oop finishers in the league.
Randall with the bucket.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Here's Rose. And misses it off the right side of the rim. The Knicks have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. And Randall throws it down.
Well, what you want to see from Elfrid Payton are floor general skills on full display. Finds the open teammate. Nice.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Boy, don't you love how Derrick Rose resurrected his career last season. What a surprise and a bright spot for the T-Wolves. He looked like a completely rejuvenated player.
And for Rose, he looked refreshed and changed in how he approached his game.
You know what, Kevin? I think he is just a much more patient and smart basketball player. His three ball was so improved, and the shot selection was terrific. Turnovers were down, just improvement across the board.
Now the pass to Ntilikina. Goes back up. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Thon Maker.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Doris, do you think it's more challenging for superstars in smaller markets, mid-sized markets?
You know, this is such an interesting debate in a world that has become, because of social media, so much smaller. You know, I do think that certain larger markets, LA, New York, can be a blessing and a curse. It does still feel like that media scrutiny is a little bit larger. When things are going well, it's the best thing in the world. When things aren't going so well, boy, those day-by-day question after question can probably become pretty tedious.
Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Pass to Barrett. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And Greg, talking to scouts about R.J. Barrett, they love the athleticism. But what makes him especially good is the work ethic and the confidence.
Yeah, some elite prospects will take plays off. This guy never does. He's not one that sits around and reads his press clippings. He's a warrior, a leader, and he's proven to be a winner.
John Henson's checked in for Detroit. McRae has come in for Rose. Guys, what a back-and-forth game this has been.
And that's already resulted in 7 lead changes.
Robinson up top. Now, here's Barrett. Guarded closely. Pass to Portis. Shot clock at 6. Barrett with the ball. And Henson sends it back. And now the Pistons fast break. Here's McRae with the second effort. Galloway taking his time here. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Oh, and here we go. Knox has got it. The fast break chance. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, in Blake Griffin, the Pistons have their biggest star in years, probably going back to their championship team of 2004. A return to all-star form for Blake meant tremendous individual numbers last season. And the Pistons hadn't won a playoff game in more than a decade. Still not the result they want in 2019. The Pistons will be trying to capitalize during Blake's prime. Kevin, we'll see where this franchise goes from here.
He sure will, David, but he's a terrific player. Thank you so much. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Barrett. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the third. The Pistons have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Maker dishes to Galloway. Good on the three-point shot. Galloway has got the lead up to 2 now for the Pistons.
Now, this is just carryover from the excellent three-point marksmanship he showed at St. Joseph's. Galloway showing he can stretch it out to NBA range.
Here's McRae. Here's Kennard. Buried from outside. But I don't know. I think we may see a review here. That was pretty close. Well, we thought the third quarter was over. But it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the buzzer.
And the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing it up. And even before we look at the replay, I'm pretty sure he got that off in time.
And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. And Detroit looking at who they've got. On the wings, Kennard and Snell. Wood out there with Griffin. And it's Rose in at point guard. Payton against Rose. Out to Payton. From downtown, Derrick Rose grabs the miss. Pistons leading by 7. Pass to Wood. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Shots good by Kennard.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it, Greg? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Payton passes to Portis. Back to Payton. He kicks to Harkless. Dishes to Gibson. Tries it from 19. The offensive rebound. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
What you love about Taj Gibson is his leadership. This guy is an intelligent, ferocious competitor who plays his role to a T.
Randall's checked in for the Knicks.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
Here's Kennard. Rose passes to Kennard. And the wing jumper offline. Knicks trail by 9. To the paint. Here's Bullock. And the Knicks miss again. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's Kennard. And it's off from three-point range. The Knicks have gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Harkless finds Randall. And it's Gibson, that time on the assist from Randall. And it's 6 points for Taj Gibson.
If Taj Gibson gets around the rack, you understand this guy is going to make an opportunity.
Bounce pass from Rose. Griffin. The shot misses. So New York will take it the other way. Now Payton out to the wing. Bullock passes to Payton. Randall with the ball. Gibson down low. Keeps it alive. Randall on the follow. Randall's got 20.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. He had stolen by Randall. Harkless with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Kicks it out to Gibson. Back to Payton. Inside. There's the pass to Bullock. 5 to shoot. Here's Randall. Lays it up and banks it in. And now just a 3-point Piston lead.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there. Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
In the corner, Gibson with it. Pass to Bolt. Wants to get it to Randall and does. And the Knicks good for 2.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
I think the communication on offense is working at every level right now. What a run for this group.
It's a 2 from Snell, and it's off the back rim, no good.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. To be out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Here's Harkless. Good!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
And Greg, to me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Here's Kennard. Again, the miss by the Pistons. What a big possession right here.
No doubt about it, guys. The tension is palpable.
Payton with the ball, and Rose picks him up defensively. Randall passes to Gibson. It's in!
Well, this is the kind of pass that gets everyone excited. It's also how you build great team chemistry.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
I'll tell you, they better come up with some points on every possession from now on.
The Knicks making a switch here. Barrett's checked in. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. New York with the ball. It's been 13 unanswered points for him. Back to Payton. Passes to Harkless. Here's Payton. Pass to Barrett. Picked off in midair.
A three and nothing but a three will do here.
You've got to keep your composure and execute to get a quality look from three.
So a close game sees New York take this one. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment. And
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
The NBA 2K21 demo is out now, and in this episode, we're jumping right in. Plus, we look back at our best 2K TV moments of 2K.
The tallest building in the... As we get a break in the action, now let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. As you take a look at Charlotte, they would be at the golf course if the playoffs happened today, looking to make a final push. And, of course, the New York Knicks, just a couple spots back.
Well, I think for New York, they talked all offseason about how this year was going to be different. Nobody bought into it then, and nobody's buying into it now.
All talk, no walk. Simple as that. They just don't match up with the better teams in the NBA.
Here's the starting group for the Charlotte Hornets. We've got Terry Rozier. Bridges out there with Washington. And there's Bismack Biyombo, and it's Graham in at the 2. And for New York, we've got Mo Harkless. Payton is out there with Barrett. Then it's Julius Randle, and it's Gibson in at the 5 spot. Both these teams' doors relying tonight on the execution in their half-court game.
A little bit of a throwback, sort of an old-fashioned approach tonight. Don't worry, we're going to have plenty of highlights. It is the NBA. We know there are great players on both sides of the bulkhead, but how about this ability to execute under duress of a 24-second shot clock? It's going to be really interesting to watch.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Well, the big man, Taj Gibson, pretty assist there, Kevin.
A slow start for Charlotte in this one. 6-point game. Graham, the pass to Rozier. Knocks it loose. It's taken away by Payton. Here's Barrett. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Out to the right wing. Now, here's Bridges. Not a lot of room. And here we go. Fast break. Payton's got it. And Barrett with the basket on the assist from Payton.
Oh, are you kidding? 5 for 5, and they just got started.
Harkless comes with a double team. Passes it to Washington. Over Randall. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again.
That's the third straight miss to start this game, and they're still looking for their first basket.
And Barrett gets it to go.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Now, here's Rozier. He's coming off a 40-point game against the Heat in Miami. Here's Washington. It's deflected.
Well, it can't get worse than this. 0 for 4 to start.
Over in the corner, Harkless. New York moving it around. And Randall throws it down.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
No doubt, Greg. On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Now, here's Barrett. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Hawks in Atlanta.
And equally spent as much energy on his D. I mean, 4 steals kind of tell the story.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Pass to Bridges. And Elfrid Payton with the foul. That is his first foul of the game for the Knicks. Robinson comes in for Taj Gibson. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Maurice Harkless. The Hornets also with a sub. Zeller's checked in.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
A different look for New York. Knox, he's checked in for Barrett. And Frank Ntilikina's subbed in for Payton. 1:30 left to play in the first quarter. Robinson with it, and Zeller picks him up defensively. 5 on the clock. Bullock passes to Knox. Trying to get open is Randall, and the basket by Knox.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Rozier for 3. The long distance 3 is buried.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Pass to Robinson. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Here's Rozier. And the defense really pressing up on him. Made that a tough shot. Bullock kicks to Randall. The shot, no good. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Last time they met was in Charlotte.
And we've seen them play better games than that one, but still, they were able to get the win.
You know, inconsistency, maybe a bit of lack of concentration hurt them a bit, but they made just enough plays when it counted, and a W is a W.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Rozier, the pass to Bacon. Takes a 3. Hornets keep it alive. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backcourt.
And the pass to Randall. Shoots over Bridges. No good from 11 feet. Julius Randall getting it done for New York. His work on the glass was outstanding in that quarter. Great rebounding. And we'll be back with you shortly. And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And the Knicks guys have been rolling right along here, haven't they?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
So on the floor for Charlotte to start this second quarter. Zeller is out there with Bridges. Then there's Batum. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Bacon in at the 3, the small forward.
I like to see Kevin Knox share the basketball because what it shows is an improving awareness in finding his teammates. That's how people want to play with you.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Pass to Bridges. Now here's Zeller. He's guarded by Bullock. It'll go, and the New York lead is cut to just 11 points in the basket from Zeller.
Well, he knew what he wanted to do there. Uses that height to get a clean look over the smaller defender.
Well, hard to find a team more iconic in the NBA than the New York Knicks. They are a premier brand.
Greg, this is absolutely true. This is an organization that has played a few games in London that have helped them, and it hasn't seemed to matter that the team has struggled for an extended period of time. They remain a major media presence in a major market. The NBA is better when the New York Knicks are a factor.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Charlotte's had to wait a bit the last few years. Now, the city hosted the All-Star game last season. But for the Hornets, they've gone 3 seasons without a playoff appearance and 15 seasons without winning a playoff series. In that time, the franchise has had 7 head coaches and a shifting front office. Buzz City is hoping that its wait for playoff relevance will end soon. Kevin?
We all are. David, thank you. Catching up on the changes for New York. It's checked in for Knox. Ellington comes in for Reggie Bullock. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Ntilikina. Barrett kicks to Portis. Plenty of room around him, and it's good. Portis has got his second basket of the night.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Bacon gets it to go from beyond the arc.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Here's Portis. Lays it up off the glass. Portis has got 6.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Barrett the pass to Robinson. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
You can see it, Doris, with some of these good teams trying to build momentum as we get closer to the postseason.
You seem to know and understand which teams are good on both sides of the basketball. Are they top 5 efficiency, offense and defense? And as you know, Kevin, if there's a player with a hot hand, that can really make a difference in round 1.
Absolutely. And the Hornets miss again.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Shoots from the block. It's good. Robinson's got 6 here in this quarter.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Graham surveying the floor. Good on the 13-footer. The Knicks leading by 16. Pass to Robinson. It's over Biombo. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. The Knicks shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Gibson comes in for Portis, and Harkless is subbed in for Barrett. The Hornets also with a sub. Washington's checked in. Out left to the wing. Here's Graham, and he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
Payton passes to Gibson. Shoots over Biombo, and it's Gibson, that time on the assist by Payton. Payton's got his 4th assist in this one. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
He got a little ahead of himself there, trying to pull the team even.
That's a big miscue, and you hate to see that happen at this point in the game.
And Gibson, here we go. Pass to Knox. Here's Ntilikina. Harkless, great positioning on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And so it's New York with an 18-point. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. A fantastic first quarter from Julius Randle. He had 10 points, 2 blocks. That's all for now.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Nice game. Great performance by Terry Rozier.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for the Knicks. Harkless is out there with Julius Randle. Then there's Elfrid Payton. Then it's Barrett, and it's Gibson in at the center, locking down the middle. Biombo, the pass to Washington. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws, and he's got his first free throw of the game. That free throw, no good. And he sinks the second. New York leading by 19. Barrett kicks to Payton. Now here's Harkless. Defended by Bridges. Here's Gibson. Here's Randle. He dishes it to Gibson. Back to Randle. New York moving the ball around. Shot clock at 6. Here's Gibson. Biombo with the block.
Well, Biombo's calling card, right? A terrific shot blocker. Boy, put it in his vicinity. He's sending it back.
Graham with the bucket.
Working against size. He's just crafty enough to carve out some wiggle room.
I'll tell you, the analytics crew may not like the mid-range, but sometimes you just got to put it in the basket.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Lets it go from deep. No good there. So New York will take it the other way.
Well, that's just inconsistency from him, and it's happened all night, and it hasn't helped their cause.
Explosive off the bounce with great body control. Barrett's most effective when going downhill.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, before he became a head coach in Memphis and New York, David Fizdale spent 8 seasons as an assistant under Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Now, Spo said he's a brilliant basketball mind that has exceptional gold standard level communication skills. One of the most talented coaches I've been around. So, Kevin, Fizdale is highly respected.
David, he sure is. Great reputation. Now getting his shot. Thank you so much. Graham, the pass to Washington. To the middle. Here's Biombo. It's rebounded by Payton.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Barrett, wide open, he fires. No good on the triple. Hornets trail by 19. And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college. He's already being asked to produce. Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition.
Harkless kicks to Randall. Beyond the arc. And Barrett with the basket on the assist from Randall. And that's 13 points for R.J. Barrett. So Rozier will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. From deep. He's off on that one. The Knicks leading by 20. The pass to Barrett. 1:33 left to play here in the third. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Washington. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. Washington's got 5 points now in the quarter.
I love the fact that Bridges does a little bit of everything, including passing the ball.
And the basket is good. And the Knicks lead by 20.
I'm not sure what he was thinking exactly, but he finds a way to convert.
The shot will not fall. And New York the other way now. Randall kicks to Payton. Passes to Gibson. Harkless with it. Now Randall. He's got 12. Inside. Shot's good by Gibson. Gibson's got his third basket of the night.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
Dishes to Barrett. Back to Payton. Pass to Gibson. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got 6 assists in the game.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Here's Biombo. That one, no good. Great D that time from Gibson.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And here's the fast break. Barrett leading the way. Finished off the break. Barrett's got 15.
Incredible night for Barrett. He scores in a multitude of ways, and he brings the effort on every possession.
And so it's the New York Knicks ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. The scoring has been tremendous. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the 4th. McDaniels is out there with Hernan Gomez. And there's Monk, and it's Martin in at the small forward. Doris, who are some of your favorite players to interact with, interview, and question as you go through the season?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many guys. I think, you know, certain people really give a lot of thought to their answers. So a Kyrie Irving, he wants to explain what he's thinking. He's willing to share and take a moment and consider the question. Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, all of these guys, when I ask a question, Kev, they'll pause for a moment, consider the question, and then respond. And for somebody who's got to interview, there's nothing greater than having those guys willing to take some time with me.
Doris, you always get great answers from them, too. So there's a great rapport there, I can see.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
It's tipped.
This is the effort they need from Kevin Knox on the defensive end. What a block.
Here's Barrett. And again, New York with the triple.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Monk for 3. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got 6 rebounds in the game.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far. attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Gets the three-pointer to fall. McDaniels got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, for a big man, his stroke is just beautiful, and because of the height, it's so hard to challenge.
Here's Knox. Keeps it alive, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. A nice shot by McDaniels.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
Knox. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Kevin Knox seeking the contact, makes the basket. That is well done.
For the Knicks, Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Portis. Damian Dotson comes in for Barrett. And it's Dennis Smith in for Wayne Ellington. It's good on the putback. Monk's got 4 points this quarter. The Knicks have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. From 11 feet away, and the shot is long. Hornets have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting at even 50% from the field. In the corner, it's Martin. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. And New York making a change here. Harkless is checked in.
Harkless.
New York's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Smith with it, and it's Martin picking him up. Stolen by Martin. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Here's McDaniels. Throws down the breakaway jam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Martin from outside. Robinson pulls it in. New York's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And so they foul intentionally. Well, remember the time, Doris, when it was rare to see stars changing teams? Now we read about it every day.
No question, Kevin. Think back to my formative years watching the NBA as a fan. Larry Bird was a Boston Celtic. Magic Johnson was a Los Angeles Laker. The trend in today's NBA is that shorter player contracts, more player control over where they want to be. And the reality is this, Kevin, at some point, free agency entered the equation. It's appropriate, it's fair, they've earned the right to choose where they play.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for New York.
At every opportunity, they managed to push the ball and keep the up-tempo game going.
I think it paid off, that's for sure.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for R.J. Barrett.
They simply can't stop him right now. This guy playing with passion and focus.
A shot by McDaniels, no good. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator. You know, give them credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
And the second free throw, good. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Monk. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Pass to Dotson. Launches it. No good. So no problem for New York as they get the win. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg.
upper and lower body fluid, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluid, and goaltending. body fluid, and goaltending.
Welcome to a special edition of 2K TV.
The wait is almost over. We are just days away from 2K Day and the launch of NBA 2K21.
And if you can't wait, you can get early access to the NBA 2K21 demo right now. Here's how you get started.
And in the locker room, each guy has been going over. We're going to break in the action now. Let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. As you take a look at Charlotte, they're 10th in the conference, still looking to claim a spot for the playoffs. And, of course, there's the Pistons. They just haven't had the type of record they've wanted.
And I think for the Pistons, they've got to make some changes at the end of the season. That much is clear. Not sure whether that goes for the coaches or the players or both, but something has got to change.
For me, the decision makers have a lot of tough choices to make. They also need to look in the mirror because they're the ones who assembled this team.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. On the wings, Kennard and Snell. Griffin is out there with Wood, and it's Rose in at the point. And for the Hornets, you've got Rozier. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Washington. Then it's Bridges, and it's Graham in at the 2. Well, Smitty, we're coming down the stretch here. Talk about the mental toughness needed to finish a season strong.
You know, I think you got to have that. Everybody talk about the game physically, guys making shots. And we all know there's some teams and players, they all do that well. But who's the tough team that can get through the tough times? That's when you see the teams that can get over the hump and you start to say, I like that team.
And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Wonderful effort by Blake just to get out to be able to contest that shot.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Passes it to Graham. 6 to shoot. Shoots the 3. It's not going to go for him. And Detroit the other way now. In the corner, Kennard with it. Snell, no good.
Even though he missed it, this is the exact play your offense is designed to produce.
And the basket by Rozier. Looking at the last game for Charlotte, it was a loss to the Heat. Snell kicks to Rose. Pass to Kennard. And yes, it's good.
This is what you want out of your offense. A high percentage look for Blake Griffin.
Graham surveying the floor. Lays it up and banks it in.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Down low. Rozier against Griffin. For three. They get it back. There's the pass to Rozier. A second chance effort. And it's Graham missing.
I mean, all period, it's been a struggle for him scoring the ball.
And one of those little spark plug guys, Terry Rozier, plays the game with, Greg, I think a chip on his shoulder.
I mean, the story goes, as a kid, when his temper flared, his mother would have to sit on him until he cooled down. He's learned to channel that fire and emotion into his game.
Snell, that's good.
They're getting him shots in his spots. That's understanding your personnel.
Here's Washington, and the Hornets miss again. Detroit leading by 3. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have, staying aggressive and playing under control.
Here's Kennard. Biyombo with the block. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Graham with the bucket. There's 1:17 left to play in the first quarter. Double team on Rose. Griffin finds Snell. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Right side Rose. 5 to shoot. Fires from 14. Shots good by Kennard.
This is what you do when your opponents try to take away the 3 and the painted area.
Graham, the pass to Biyombo, and then Biyombo with the dunk.
Explosive leaping ability allows him to play the 5, even though he's a little undersized.
In the corner, Snell with it. Pass to Griffin. Shoots from 12. Hangs in the air. Snell kicks to Griffin. Snell, the pass to Wood. From deep, Rose. Tries yet again. Wood with the bucket. Wood's got 5.
You see Griffin keeping his eyes up, looking for a hole in that defense.
From deep three-point range. Rebound, Detroit, coming off that loss against Philadelphia. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
There's 10 seconds left in the first quarter. From the stripe. Unable to get that one.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. The Pistons on top, up 3. Stay. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And what stands out to you from the Pistons so far in this one?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
Inside, Cody Zeller and Bismack Biyombo. Batuma's out there with Terry Rozier. And it's Bacon in at the small forward position. So that's who Charlotte starts the second with. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was the 2018 Coach of the Year, but as we all know, he was fired after that same season by the Raptors. Casey's found a home in Detroit. Casey said, "I have no regrets." Winston Churchill said, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. And that's what I've done." So, Kevin, Dwayne Casey is still pounding the rock.
He sure is, and I like that Churchill quote as well. Thanks, David. Good work there as it goes. Pistons leading by 3. Throws it up high.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
And here's Rozier. He brings it up for Charlotte. Passes it to Zeller. Here's Biyombo. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Back in the day, someone would have blocked him out, but times have changed.
For the Pistons, John Henson comes in for Thon Maker. And McCray subbed in for Brown. Here's Doumbouya. And Rozier pulls it down.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And the dunk by Zeller.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Well, Steve, it doesn't matter how they do it, but there are some players, as you know, that can get into another player's head. I guess like a Dennis Rodman, but there are a lot of them now that play and use that tactic.
Yeah, Draymond Green, Kevin, Patrick Beverly, Chris Paul, I think is one of those guys. P.J. Tucker, he doesn't really talk, but he has a lot of antics. There's a lot of guys that like to get in your head. Also, Joel Embiid is one. He does it extremely well.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And the Hornets making a change here. Graham's checked in.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Hornets trail by 3. Fires the 3. The offensive rebound. Zeller. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Sekou Doumbouya. The Hornets have started out 0 of 1 from the line, missing their only other attempt earlier. That one misses.
Well, one area that has slowed the Pistons the last decade is their player development.
Yeah, you look at their roster, very few homegrown players. The Pistons haven't had a lot of hits with their first-round picks. To be a top team, you need to have a front office that can build from within.
Pass to Graham. Clock at 6 from downtown. Tipped away and out of bounds. The Pistons will take it.
And let's take a moment here to see some of the numbers for Batum. Averaging about 3 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And I think he can play even better. I mean, sometimes it's tough to get into a rhythm with limited minutes, but he has got to find a way.
That's the thing. You don't get to pick your minutes. You have to make the most of what you get.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
But they'll get another chance. The pass to Graham. Another shot. They shoot again, and Zeller with the lay-in. Zeller's got 5 now.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Detroit, no good that time either.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And it's Graham missing.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
That shot by Griffin, no good. The Hornets have gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. Pass to Graham. From outside the arc. And Henson pulls it down. For Detroit, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. McCray, no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Charlotte moving it around. Here's Zeller. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. The kick out to Rose. Back to Kennard. Pass to Griffin. Here's McCray. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Kennard. They could use a bucket. Henson, great positioning on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Now Graham lets the 3 fly. No good that time. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Pistons lead by 2. And now let's
Kevin, thanks. Derek, what's the...
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the... It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. At the end of the period, they held a 3... And that does it for our half.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Bismack Biyombo. What a contribution.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
And on the floor for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. At the forward positions, Snell and Griffin. Rose is out there with Kennard, and it's Wood in at the center, locking down the middle. Rozier against Rose, and he gets the bucket. Rozier's got 6 points.
Perfect play to run there to get a clean look.
Here's Rose. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Pistons lead by 4.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Rozier, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. You know, Steve, the 2018 rookie class really burst out onto the scene. What has impressed you most about that group?
I think a couple things, Kevin. First of all, they're very talented. They handle themselves extremely well off the court. But most of those guys were able to last through the rookie wall and play pretty much 75 to 82 games.
Yeah, really put their fingerprints on their team, didn't they?
They did, and a lot of those guys are leaders.
Graham with the bucket.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Rozier against Rose. They grab their own miss. It's good on the putback.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full of that.
Rose with the double team. And there's the pass to Graham. Hits it from three-point range. Graham's got 5 points in the quarter.
Terrific game plan coming out of halftime. A perfect 3 for 3 from the field.
Hammers the alley-oop through.
Great court awareness by Derrick Rose, reading every inch of the floor so well.
Here's Graham, and Charlotte again with the bucket.
They are on fire right now. That's 4 straight makes.
Rose kicks to Griffin. Three-pointer, Snell. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Graham. 11 points in the game. Got a piece of it, and that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession.
All right, a chance to check out the numbers for Snell. How last month turned out for him. He's putting up about 8 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. Nothing about his numbers really jump out at you, but he'll come up with a timely play or two every game.
He understands his role. He accepts it. He's one of those guys who doesn't need the ball to be effective.
Pass to Brown. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Brown's got his second basket of the game.
A willing passer who's still learning. Maker keeps his eyes up and makes the unselfish play.
And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Next game for him, they'll take on the Raptors at Toronto. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip. Charlotte in the lead. And with Thon Maker still a developing project, you forget, Smitty, how young he really is.
You're right, Kevin. Has a lot of time ahead of him. You can see the touch and the length he has. Hopefully, he can keep working and put it all together.
Galloway, no good.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Bridges misses. Pistons trail by 3. Here's Brown. That one goes. Count it. Brown's got 4 this quarter. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Passes it to Zeller. Pass to Bacon. And here is Rozier. To the paint. Stolen by Doumbouya. And now it's Brown running. He can go all the way. Finished off the break. Brown's got 8 points. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail-biter.
The pass to Rozier. There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter. Clock at 6. Here's Washington, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Washington's got his first basket.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
That's the competitor in him. Close game. Let me have this one.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Charlotte moving the ball around. Bridges, no one around him. From outside, off the mark. Here's Brown, and he banks in the layup. And now a 3-point Piston lead.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Zeller passes to Bridges. Lets it go from 11, and he hits the jump shot. Bridges has got his second basket of the night.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting up points in a hurry. The Pistons on top, leading by 3. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Inside, Cody Zeller and Bismack Biyombo. Then there's Batum, then it's Bridges, and it's Graham in at the point. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. And so they choose to intentionally foul. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
This is called an effort play. Terrific hustle at the defensive end.
One-on-one fast break. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Bridges misses.
Well, that alley-oop attempt, a case of what could have been, just didn't finish the play.
You know, this is something you practice over and over again. I'm surprised they couldn't execute.
Pass to Batum. Shot clock at 6. Connects on the 9-footer.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
The direction this game is headed is going to come down to a couple key buckets by either team.
Henson's shot is off. Hornets have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Batum attacking. It's hauled in by Wood. Wood's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Bridges inside the 3-point line. Releases from the wing and drills it.
Just so precise off the pass. I like how Bridges prepares himself to shoot as the ball is coming his way.
Henson against Zeller. Henson dishes to Smith. From deep throws. Knocked away.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Batum scanning the floor. Passes to Graham. Biyombo kicks to Graham. They get it again.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? They get it back. Wood. And there's the feed to Henson. That shot misses. Hornets leading by 3. Tries again. Here's Biyombo. No good from outside. And so it's Rose bringing it up for the Pistons. Looking to get on the board here in the fourth still. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Here's Graham. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Pistons trail by 3. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. And they've got to keep him off the glass. For a little guy, he can be a handful on the offensive boards if you're not aware of it.
He kicks it to Bridges. Pass to Graham. On deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Graham's got the lead up to 4 now for the Hornets. Right side, Rose. Henson the pass to Rose. Here's Snell. He's covered by Zeller. Back to Snell. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Look. Yes, once again, he remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
I love it. Beautiful job getting to the rim and making a play.
We've got 1:18 left in the fourth. Gets a hand on it. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Biombo's got 4 this quarter.
Challenging the defense at the rim, something he does very well. Excellent tipping.
Here's Bridges. Count it. Good. Now it's a 6-point Hornets lead.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridges also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
Money! And now they trail by just 4. Charlotte's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Outside, Batum. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Martin's checked in for Bridges. Detroit also making some changes. Griffin comes in for Henson. And it's Kennard in for McCray. From deep, Rose. A 3 off the inbound. And the rebound goes to Martin.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Zeller. Doesn't go for it. Nice D from Griffin. Here's Kennard. The Pistons rebound. The shot missing. And here is Zeller. It's off. And so it's the Hornets who come out on top. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Once you pick your jumper, it's time to join the Clippers and test your build in a game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, and it's my player picking up the assist.
And if you're not feeling one of your builds, you have the ability to make 6 total builds and play one test.
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting. Hello and thanks for joining us. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for him.
And he's been on the upswing offensively these past few months. And you know how much they love getting all those extra points out of him. He's been carrying a much bigger load lately, and I think he'll just continue to get better.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. On the wings, Kennard and Snell. Griffin is out there with Wood, and it's Rose in at the 1. And for the Knicks, Harkless is out there with Randall. Then there's Peyton. Then it's Barrett, and it's Gibson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And so it's the Knicks getting on the board first. And stolen by Peyton. And pushing it up. Here's New York. And Harkless slams it in.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
And a trying summer for the New York Knicks fans after trading away Porzingis. They were hoping to get a big-name player in free agency, Greg, and they didn't.
You know, shocking. They refused to offer the max to Kevin Durant. I mean, there were concerns with the Achilles, but instead he ends up in Brooklyn. Combine that with fans' disappointment at missing out on Zion Williamson, and the saga continues.
Here's Snell following the basket by Elfrid Payton, and the call will be against R.J. Barrett. That is his first foul of the game. And Detroit has possession. 6-point game. Back to Wood. The rebound by Gibson. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Count it.
They come out with guns blazing. 4 for 5 from the field. They've got the D really. 0.
To end the run. The rebound by Gibson.
0 for 3. Not the start they're looking for.
Harkless kicks to Barrett. A steal. Kennard, the pass to Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
You have to keep this man out of the paint. Griffin, professional poster maker.
Pass to Gibson. Detroit with the rebound. Coming off that loss against Philadelphia. Here's Snell. Off target at the rim.
They're struggling here early. 1 for 5 now. The D has them bottled up so far.
Here's
What I love about Randall is the power he plays with. He's an absolute force inside.
Rose gets the bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you got to bring much faster help than that.
Yep, it counts. Most teams now look to run early and often, Chris. And there are some keys to finding success, aren't there, in the transition game?
Yeah, and the first key is you run fast and you speed up the pace, but that doesn't mean you hurry and take a hurried shot. Pacing and speed is all about getting it past half court to see if the defense is set, and if they're not, to take advantage. But it's a two-step process. And for teams to just run all crazy or willy-nilly like my grandfather used to say, well, you're not going to do anything but play fast and bad.
And you love to see Rose aggressively looking to score on the inside.
Harkless kicks to Payton. Back to Harkless. Now the pass to Payton. The shot, no good. And it's Detroit the other way. Victory eluded them last time in New York when they took on the Knicks.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
It's good on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Outside for Griffin from deep. It's rebounded by Barrett. New York leading by 4. Payton attacking. Rebound by Rose.
Whoops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
Snell, the pass to Griffin. Over Randall. And he overshot that one, missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Stolen by Rose. Shot, high post. Wood with the bucket. Wood's got his second bucket of the night.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Barrett with the ball. He's coming off a 16-point game against Atlanta.
And that didn't come at the cost of his defense. In fact, I think it fed his defense. He had 4 steals in that game.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
New York shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And we've seen Randall flourish with more responsibility. He's in his prime and playing his best ball right now.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Robinson's checked in for Gibson. Kevin Knox comes in for Maurice Harkless. Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Barrett. And it's Ntilikina in for Payton. Good!
Can't leave anyone uncovered around Ntilikina. He is so adept at exploiting situations like that.
Here's Galloway. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. They're scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Knicks out front, up 4. And we'll be back. And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast. How's the second quarter getting going right now? And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, yeah, this is their preferred pace, and it's gotten them out to an early lead.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And Detroit, looking at who they've got. They've got Maker. Dumboya is out there with Brown. And it's Galloway in at the point guard position. And for Frank Ntilikina, some questions as to where he is best suited.
I mean, for me, I like when he plays more off the ball. I mean, he's shown that he could become a scorer when he only has to worry about that aspect of his game. Still very young and has a great set of skills with which to work.
Kevin, and you risk getting dunked on, posterized. I mean, if you let Portis get good positioning, don't be surprised.
And they're running. Knox the pass to Portis. That's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession.
All right, a chance to check out the numbers for Brown. Since the All-Star break, he's been putting in work. He's averaging 11 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
Yeah, GA, I like it because he's not overcomplicating things. I mean, he's just playing to his strengths and taking what the defense gives him.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Nice shot by Portis.
So assured. Sometimes Portis prepares himself to shoot the ball as it's coming his way.
Brown kicks to Henson. Fires from deep. That one's not going to go. New York leading by 6. Bullock passes to Portis. Robinson drives in, and it's Robinson with the jam.
Oh, looking at the neck of the open man, Portis. He's got the right mentality out there.
Here's Dumboya. Great D that time from Portis.
Playing him tough inside and preventing the layup. Got to get the whole team pumped up.
To the left wing. Passes it to Ntilikina. Pass to Knox. Shot clock at 5. He's looking for Portis and finds him. And there's another one for the Knicks.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
It's tipped. Out of bounds. Pistons ball as Detroit keeps possession. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out east. The season nearly complete. You look at Detroit. It's been a rough season for them. The good news is the lottery is only a couple months away. And, of course, New York. They're tied right now.
And I think for the Knicks, they talked all offseason about how this year was going to be different. Nobody bought into it then, and nobody's buying into it now.
all know talking the talk is easy, but carrying through, that's another story. The naysayers' predictions were basically on point.
It's good. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter.
And a coach that players love is Dwayne Casey. Very vet-friendly, sticks up for his guys in every post-game interview.
Yeah, Casey is very measured in his approach. He can be a bit slow to change at times, but his players appreciate the consistency.
Here's Robinson, and the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
Not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Pass to Henson, over Robinson. Robinson pulls it in.
That's a nice defensive effort. Sticking right up on him, affecting the shot.
One-on-one fast break, and it's Robinson with the jam.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Yeah, right now it feels like they can't miss. We'll see how long they can make this last.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Portis kicks to Ntilikina. Some nice passing by New York here. Here's Robinson. Portis trying to free himself. Robinson misses. Pistons trail by 12. Over in the corner, Brown. And airballs the triple. That one was way off. Here's the pass to Ntilikina. Right side Robinson. Stolen by Henson. And now it's Brown running. He can go all the way. Got a hand on it. They retain possession.
Yeah, the defender all over.
The Pistons shooting their first free throws of the evening. That free throw, no good.
Very rich history for Detroit Pistons. They've been a part of the sports scene in Detroit since 1957, and they have 3 championships to their name.
And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. Peyton goes up and lays it nice and easy. Peyton's got the lead up to 14 now for the Knicks.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
Oh, man, so unselfish. He's doing a great job creating for others and making pinpoint passes.
Barrett dishes to Gibson. Now, here's Ellington. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. It could go, and that one released in time, but no good. And that does it for the first. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, well, a fantastic first quarter from Julius Randle. He had 10 points and 1 rebound. That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. We're seeing a tremendous game from Julius Randle.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball pulls through.
We got Mo Harkless. Alfred Payton is out there with Barrett. Then it's Randle. And it's Gibson in at the center position. And that's the group for David Fizdale as we begin the second half. Here's Wood. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Gibson. And now let's take a look at the number of second chance points these teams have had over the last month. These guys never give up on a possession. Number 1, the Knicks.
And they've really put an emphasis on offensive rebounding. And, guys, it's paying off. The second chance points are coming in bunches.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. I mean, the D is worrying too much about the other 4 guys. I mean, they can't give him open jump.
Wood can't hit.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Chris, the NBA has flattened now the draft lottery odds. And now that you've seen it at work, seen it in play, any additional changes you might make?
Well, you know, Kev, I still a wait and see for me. I definitely like the NBA making sure they try to address the problem. You never want a team to think that they can be rewarded for losing. So I like what we've done so far, but, you know, if I'm a GM, if I'm a president, I'm always going to try to find ways to manipulate and find that in those open gray areas. And so I think this is something we're always going to have to address, but I love the fact that the NBA has gotten ahead of the problem.
Like the Clippers of a year ago. They look like, gosh, they've lost all their superstars, but they gave it such a great go. They actually made the playoffs.
Yeah, and it started from the top. I mean, Mr. Ballmer said, listen, we do not want to lose. We're going to go in and we're going to play hard. And I tell you what, I think that's what rewarded them during free agency by able to go out and recruit players and say, listen, we don't lose here. We just need you to take us over the top. And I think that's a pretty good recruiting pitch.
Pistons trail by 18. Baseline try. Rose can't hit. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
And so it's Rose bringing it up for the Pistons. Next game for them, they'll take on the Raptors at Toronto. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for them. Wood with the bucket.
Well, this is what Griffin gives you. Excellent vision, excellent decision-making with the ball in his hands.
And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Detroit. On Saturday, they'll take on Marc Gasol and the Toronto Raptors. And then on Tuesday, they'll go back home and will be hosting the Orlando Magic.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are. And Chris, just how special was it to play for Detroit in your career? What relationship does this team have with their fans?
Yeah, it was so special. I mean, being able to go home to the house that I grew up in, or to where my parents lived, and be able to go to the Pistons practice and to be part of it, to put on that jersey. It was so special, man. This team is a mainstay of the city. I mean, you feel like you can lift up the whole city when you play for the Pistons. It was such a special part of my career.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Rose, good.
How about the heart on display here tonight from Rose? Just flawless in his attack at the rim. Boy, it's tough to match his quickness.
Here's Gibson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Rose. For New York, they have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Randall. Kevin Knox comes in for Maurice Harkless. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Barrett. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Peyton. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, one of the things that the NBA has been forward-thinking about is always accepting new ideas. And they've got a bunch of them on the table in recent weeks. A mid-season tournament, a postseason play-in tournament, maybe even reducing the 82-game regular season schedule. Now, all of these would be very bold moves, but Commissioner Adam Silver has always demonstrated a willingness to think outside the box. Kevin?
BA, great assessment, good report. Thank you so much. Griffin inside. He's guarded by Bullock. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Here's Robinson. Rebounded by the Pistons. Griffin inside. That one misses. The Knicks go the other way with it. They led by as many as 18 points. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here. Trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the tunnel.
Some nice passing by New York here. Robinson kicks to Portis. Second chance shot. And Robinson with the layup. Robinson's got 10 points in the game.
There's that passion of his, battling with every ounce of energy he has.
Here's Ellington, and the layup is good. Ellington's got his second bucket tonight.
He'll take advantage of that kind of soft defense every time. Just give him a chance to attack the basket, and he will. The defense with no impact at all. Just didn't have the feel for his jump shot.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Knicks lead by 18. And when we return, we'll get... Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, you see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. At the forward positions, Snell and Griffin. Then there's Maker. Then there's Derrick Rose. And it's Galloway in at the 2.
That's a break for the D right there. I mean, he takes advantage of open looks inside more often than not.
Rose. And the second chance effort by Rose.
Once he turned it on, he became a force in this game. Not sure where this guy was in the first half.
Robinson passes to Portis. Three-pointer Ellington buries the long-range jumper. And the Knicks lead by 17.
He's not focused on the D on most possessions, but you can forget about him altogether.
The Knicks shooting 65%, an outstanding offensive display from them. Shoots it. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Even with the D giving him a lot of attention, he's still finding ways to light him up.
Fires it up. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Payton. And a new group in for the Knicks. Taj Gibson's checked in for Robinson. Julius Randle comes in for Portis. Harkless is checked in for Reggie Bullock. And Barrett subbed in for Wayne Ellington. Wood, he's checked in for the Pistons. Luke Kennard comes in for Langston Galloway. Randle down low. Griffin on him. And Gibson kicks to Randle. Changes up. And it's good on the layup.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's Rose. From 16 feet away, he cans it. Rose has got 6 here in this quarter.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Man, sometimes it feels like Barrett wants it more than anyone else on the floor.
Gibson passes to Barrett. Here's Payton. And again, New York with the triple. Yes, he's been a commentator for the NBA Vegas Summer League. Amazing how much that event has grown.
Oh, how about this year? The Chinese, the Croatian national team. I mean, come on. It's just this is a global game, and we're bringing all of them to Vegas to let fans go up in there and watch them and watch rookies at a young, early age and see the best players. I mean, this is awesome. You got to love how forward-thinking the NBA is. This is really cool to watch.
It is. Snell. Rose finds Snell. Griffin's shot is good.
Now, the aggression that Griffin plays with, I mean, that's what sets him apart, whether he's attacking the basket or getting after it on the offensive glass like he does right here.
Pass to Payton. 1:52 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's the break. Here's Kennard. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, so often we see this, transition buckets off turnovers.
Well, you know, Greg, this is why coaches preach ball security to their teams. That sequence right there.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
Yeah, this is no let-up. You know, this is the kind of hard-nosed competitiveness that wins games.
And Rose playing a big role offensively. He's got to be a focal point of your defensive scouting report. No doubt he can hurt you.
And Gibson kicks to Payton. Pass to Randle. Chris, what's your definition of most valuable player?
LeBron, Michael Jordan. Okay, okay, the best player in the league. That's my definition. Who makes players better? Who brings the fans into the game? There's only one type of player that's an MVP, and there's only about 6 guys in a year that can be MVP. But if you're talking about guys that help you, let's say, are the best on the contract or getting the most bang for their buck, you got to look at guys like Siakam. You know, he's just making over $2 million this season, still playing in that rookie contract, and those are the guys that are on their way up. So you can always find young talent playing for maybe less than what they should be getting at that time, but the most valuable player continues to be the top 6 players in the league, period.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Portis, he's checked in for Gibson. Damian Dotson comes in for Julius Randle. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Barrett. And Smith subbed in for Elfrid Payton. And New York making a change here. Gibson's checked in.
They'll take it, even with the miss. Anything they can do to cut into the lead.
Portis, the pass to Gibson. New York moving it around. Here's Dotson. Just 5 to shoot. Smith for 3. Rebounded by Maker. And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for the Pistons. They trail by 18. Offensive rebound. Doumbouya can't get it to go. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Left side, Gibson. Pass to Dotson. Kicks it to Smith. From deep three-point range, off target with that shot. So no problem for New York. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
I can't wait to get started in the NBA 2K21 demo, get my player started, and of course, all-time Lakers versus all-time Celtics.
Just out of curiosity, Chris, who has more championship rings?
Yeah, I was gonna talk about the Lakers, but then
A beautiful look at down. And before.
Well, the end.
Great DA, thanks. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. They've got Barrett. Randall out there with Taj Gibson. Then there's Elfrid Payton, and it's Harkless in at the small forward. And for the Hornets, you've got Rozier. Washington out there with Bridges. And there's Bismack Biyombo, and it's Graham in at the shooting guard. Now, here's Rozier. Graham surveying the floor. Passes to Biyombo. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Gibson. Now, here's Barrett. Defended by Bridges. Biyombo with the block. Here's Washington. And no good that time. And New York will come the other way. Last time they came together was in Charlotte, where they fell to the Hornets.
Well, I mean, they lost their last matchup with this team, and foul trouble really plagued them throughout the game.
Yeah, they had a few important guys sitting there on the bench at a time when they really could have used them on the floor. They have to play much more in control here tonight.
And so it's the Knicks getting on the board first. To the inside, Gibson with the steal. Top of the key, Payton. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
The man was wide open there, and Julius Randle understood the timing to get him the ball to get that score.
And he's flourishing as a scorer. But, Brent, how does Julius Randle take that next step?
Well, I think, Kevin, if he keeps improving on his consistency, shooting from that 10-foot to 16-foot range, where guys are daring him to shoot and not wanting to deal with him driving into them. You know, last year he went up 6 percentage points from 35% to 41% in that 10 to 16-foot range. You keep seeing that kind of improvement, the growth in his game is going to come.
Barrett the pass to Payton. Down low. And they're on the break by himself. And the dunk by Graham.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
To the paint, it's tipped. Here's Washington, banked in off the glass.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Here's Barrett following the bucket by the Hornets. Here's Gibson, and there are the Knicks with another bucket.
Shooting 4 of 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel good.
Rozier for 3. Drills it from outside.
That's a nice play, getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
Yeah, defense has got to be a little bit better, especially when he's looking to fire from that distance.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. And the pass to Bridges. 1:53 left to play in the first. Here's Barrett. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Looking at the Knicks, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Hawks in Atlanta.
Well, the Knicks had a lot of turnover trading for expiring contracts. They did what they could to accommodate the wishes of a lot of vets.
Yeah, the problem right now for the Knicks is they're not inviting to a lot of free agents, and that's really where they're trying to make their play. So fascinating over the course of the past decade that New York has not been able to attract the top-tier talent. So building through the draft, Coach Fizdale hopeful that they'll land a star one way or another.
So it's the Knicks now, following the bucket by the Hornets. And some changes here for the Hornets. Cody Zeller's checked in for Biyombo. Dwayne Bacon comes in for Bridges. And it's Batum in for Terry Rozier. Now, here's Bullock. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Hawks in Atlanta.
Defense is tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
Here's Graham. Here's Zeller. And there's another one for the Hornets.
Really heads up there. A play where you locate the best open pass and then you get it there for an easy bucket.
Robinson goes in, and it's Robinson with the jam.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
And the layup's good off the glass.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
And so Graham will bring it up for Charlotte. It's a three-point game. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami. Shot by Zeller, no good.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Good if it goes. It doesn't go for him. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Knicks lead by 5. Bobby Portis, who's known for his work ethic, said he learned a lot.
She gets up at 3, 4 in the morning.
And she was a basketball player in her own right. Greg, a scholarship at Jackson State University.
Yeah, and gave up basketball when she had Bobby, but she encouraged him to pursue his dream, and she said now she's living her dream through him.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
Washington and Zeller are in the middle. Then there's Batum, and it's Graham in at the point guard. So that's the lineup for Charlotte.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Over to the wing. Pass to Zeller. In player development, Brent, what are some of the primary things that can be taught?
I think in today's game, with a lot of PD coaches are looking at, Kevin, is just decision-making, playing out of the pick and roll and coming off into a spot where you're making the correct reads. It's much like, and you cover a lot of football, where you can talk to quarterbacks about their checkdowns.
Yes.
I think you can teach guys how it is that when they come off a screen, what's going to be available to them, and paint pictures for them so that when they're on the floor, they become second nature in terms of their decision-making. That can be huge. And then the second thing is always player development, working on confidence in shooting the basketball. You just want guys to feel like whatever shot they're taking, they've got a great chance of making it.
Graham. Off target from outside.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
Yeah, as good as you can do without getting a block there to defend.
Offensive rebound, and it's blocked. They recover it. Pass to Ellington. Back to Robinson. Just 5 on the clock. Over Washington. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
And here is Graham. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Miami.
It felt like in that game, too, he was a man on a mission defensively, finishing up with 4 steals is an impressive feat. And you can tell, takes pride in that part of the game.
Robinson passes to Bullock. New York moving the ball around. Nice shot by Portis.
Well, he's a pass-first point guard. Ntilikina with a nice play there.
Here's Graham. Good, nice job down low.
And all the way to the bucket. No resistance. Just swipe the candy from him.
Portis, the pass to Ellington. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
It's his first trip to the line.
An 85% shooter there, and they've been able to count on him hitting his shots from the line.
The Knicks making a switch here. Taj Gibson's checked in for Robinson. Randall comes in for Portis. It's checked in for Reggie Bullock. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Frank Ntilikina. Passes it to Bacon. Now Bridges. Now here's Rozier. He's got 5. The pass to Zeller over Randall. And then Biyombo with the dunk.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
Three-pointer Ellington, and he's good on the 3-ball. Ellington's got the lead up to 12 now for New York.
How about that move? You'll see very few players able to pull off just sensational stuff. Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Got to keep Taj out of the post. How many of those have we seen?
So Rozier will bring it up for Charlotte. There's a minute left now here in the second. That one good for 2. Rozier's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Inside, Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Just rising up with purpose. Allow Bridges to get this kind of positioning. He is going to hammer it home.
The shot's good from Ellington.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Here's Zeller, up again. Here's Biyombo. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on R.J. Barrett. Charlotte shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Reese Harkless comes in for Taj Gibson. And it's Knox in for Wayne Ellington. Making the pass to Biyombo. And here is Rozier. From deep. The three-pointer is right on target. Rozier's got it back down to within single digits for Charlotte. The 3-ball. He made it! He gets it to go! Wow!
What a grand finale to the half. Great shot from distance.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the 3rd quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. Nobody had an answer for Taj Gibson in the first. He had 10 points and 1 assist. And that does it for our halftime show. We now take...
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. One guy who's getting it done is Taj Gibson.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And New York, looking at who they've got. Elfrid Payton is out there with Barrett. Then it's Taj Gibson. Then it's Randall. And it's Harkless in at the 3. Bridges passes to Rozier. Lets it fly from 18. They get the rebound.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, Kevin. finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
Randall no good.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D. Allen's position, you could see the frustration on his face.
About 1 minute played here in the second half. Here's Graham. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
Pass to Payton. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one. Biombo, the pass to Washington. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Over Randall. Good on that shot. With that, the Knick lead is cut down to 11 on the bucket from Washington. Knicks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Barrett kicks to Harkless. He feeds it to Gibson. Fires from the line. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Gibson's got 12.
And not wasting any time here. Kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
The Knicks leading by 11. Payton against Rozier. Over in the corner, Randall. There's the feed to Gibson. It's Biombo with the rebound. Biombo's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Rozier. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. He's got 12. Brent, certain players make everyone around them better. Talk about some of those guys who will do that at the very highest level.
The interesting thing about today's game, Kevin, is it's not always the point guard position. I think in the past we thought 2 ways. The point guard, who has the ball in his hands, finding guys for them to make shots. And then through the 80s and 90s, it was low post players who were getting double teams and initiating some offense. Yes. Nowadays, it's a lot of wing guys. And it's guys like Kawhi Leonard, it's guys like LeBron James, Kevin Durant, throw Draymond Green in there with his ability to pass the ball. Jokic in there with his ability to pass the ball. It's all happening around the three-point line and getting into the gap. So they look a little bit different, the initiators, in today's game.
So New York ends up going with the new group. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Bullock passes to Robinson. Back to Bullock. Portis with it. Makes it off the glass. And the Knicks lead by 13.
Excellent play. Just adding fuel to the fire and really trying to put this one out of reach.
This is what great players try to do. They're not allowing the opposition to gain any kind of hope to try and get back in the game.
Here's Robinson. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
Pretty lax defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
Zeller finds Martin. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch base saved by Martin.
And here's a look at the stats for Robinson. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month. He's averaging 11 points a game, 9 rebounds, and almost 2.5 blocks. And he's been a rock in the middle for them over that stretch of games. Dominating the glass is his trademark.
I feel like those rebounds are wearing down and eroding the opponent. His effort right now, physically and mentally, has been good.
He hits both from the stripe. And the former Razorback, Bobby Portis, took a few years to find his spot in the NBA. Now he does produce.
And great big man to bring in off the bench. Good size and quickness combination, and will always give you scoring with that second unit.
Well, he got off to a terrific start from the perimeter, but in the second half, he can't seem to build on that early success.
Robinson. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Zeller's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Batum. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Poked loose. Ellington the pass to Robinson. Here's Portis. Drops in the layup for 2. Portis has got 12 in the game.
coaching staff would like some more shots from that range.
And so it's New York riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Batuma's out there with Terry Rozier. Then it's Bridges. Then it's Cody Zeller. And it's Bacon in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Here's Bridges. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Ellington kicks to Bullock. To the middle. Here's Robinson. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And the Knicks lead by 17.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Bridges with it. Pass to Zeller. Shoots from the elbow. Tips it up. It's good on the putback.
You just can't teach that size. Bridges has the wingspan, those broad shoulders, just a tremendous rebounder for a wing. Oh, Kev, he put some anger behind that one.
You're telling me. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Bacon gets the bucket. Bacon's got his first points of the night. The Knicks leading by 15. Portis, the pass to Robinson. And finished off by Robinson.
And kind of par for the course here, right? Coming through with a solid offensive game to help them get this lead.
And it's good for 2.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridges also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
Here's Bullock. And such a nice move to make the basket work.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Now Rozier. 2nd minute off the clock now in the 4th. Here's Zeller. No good off the back of the rim.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
So both teams making some changes here. Here's Payton, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Elfrid Payton still has that size at the point guard, which can be difficult for a diminutive guard. He uses it that time to draw contact.
He's perfect from the line this time. So it's the Hornets now, trailing by 19. Rozier, the pass to Washington. Over Randall, and it's Washington missing.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Randall dishes to Robinson. Here's Harkless. New York, no good that time either. The Hornets have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the 4th. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. The Knicks leading by 19. Passes it to Payton. Some nice passing by New York here. That's good from Randall on the assist from Payton. Payton's got 3 assists tonight.
Yeah, Randall does a good job. His frame alone helps to create some space. Just with a little pivot there, able to find a way to score.
Rozier with the ball. Guarded now by Harkless. Biyombo down low. Robinson on him. Bridges, no one around him. Misses the 3. For New York, they've gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the 4th quarter on a roll. And stolen by Graham. On up the court. Washington, that's good.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Payton against Rozier. Randall left side. And Randall throws it down.
And One team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for New York.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that in men. They just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season. And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Robinson.
He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds. But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Here's Barrett. Good on the triple.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Randall kicks to Harkless. Three-pointer. Kept alive.
So active and understanding more and more with his experience where to be to get offensive rebounds is Julius Randle.
And here is Rozier. And the shot goes down.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's...
benefits to the stick, resulting in unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Hang time, moving the plug in the power, ayy. Came with a charge in my alley, ooh. Charge it again like it's credit, your team crowd me to edit, yeah. I see face and credit, hold up, ooh, that's dead. Need a minute, need a play to revive, let's play shot pressing. They say what I say, they got like 20 moves and like 100 problems.
The tallest building in Michigan. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. As we take a look at Charlotte, they would be at the golf course if the playoffs happened today, looking to make a final push. And, of course, Detroit, 2 spots down.
And right now for the Pistons, they've got to make some changes at the end of the season. That much is clear. Not sure whether that goes for the coaches or the players or both. But something has got to change.
For me, the decision makers have a lot of tough choices to make. They also need to look in the mirror because they're the ones who assembled this team.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Washington out there with Bismack Biyombo. Then there's Terry Rozier. Then it's Bridges. And it's Graham in at the 2. And for Detroit, at the forward positions, Snell and Griffin. Kennard is out there with Rose. And it's Wood in at the 5 spot. Here's Rose, following the bucket by the Hornets. Not going to go that time. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. And it's Graham missing. Here's Kennard. Graham defending. Snell, that's good. Steve, compare it now to when you were playing. Did teams go deeper into their benches than they used to?
Yeah, they do. I think because of this load management, resting players. So you see a lot of guys play a lot. And also what they've done right now with the G League, being able to bring guys up. They use those guys, and I think it helps a lot, even not on games, but in practice. You'll see more guys are involved in giving guys rest.
Yeah, that makes sense. Kennard's shot is off. The Hornets have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. To the right side. Bridges passes to Washington. He dishes it to Graham. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game. Pistons have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Nice pass by Derrick Rose, spotting a wide open guy from the corner of his eye.
Rozier looking around. Pass to Snell. Nice ball movement by Detroit. And Griffin slams it in.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
Biyombo. Griffin grabs the board. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for Detroit. Floats it up for Rose. Kennard kicks to Griffin. Outside Rose. From deep three-point range. No good on the shot. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yes, getting a little ahead of himself on that play.
Here's Wood. Sinks that one from the post.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Well, the Pistons, one of the more successful franchises in NBA history. 3 titles and many other trips to the NBA Finals. Only a handful of franchises can say that.
And there's the pass to Graham. Bridges, no one around him. Nails the wide open jump shot.
just so precise off the pass. I like how Bridges prepares himself to shoot as the ball is coming his way.
Here's Wood. He's coming off a 22-point game against Philadelphia.
You can't forget about how great he was at forcing contact and getting to the line. He racked up a lot of easy points at the line that way.
And Smitty, you were talking about the Pistons, a history of success, of championships. But the last 10 years have been difficult.
Pistons have struggled the last decade. You're so right, Kevin. But this team has a track record of not staying down for long. Detroit doing what they can to return to championship contention.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Zeller, he's checked in for Biyombo. Dwayne Bacon comes in for Miles Bridges. And it's Batum in for Terry Rozier. Here's Graham. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Heat in Miami.
And he didn't take any plays off at the defensive end. I mean, he wound up with 4 steals on the night.
And here comes the break. Here's Zeller. And they cash in right away with the quick shot. For Detroit, they've gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Batum against Brown. Pass to Galloway. 6 to shoot. Detroit, no good that time either.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
Outside, Batum. Passes to Bacon. That will count, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. Tie game in Detroit. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from Detroit?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
On the floor for Charlotte, Washington and Zeller are in the middle. Then there's Batum, and it's Graham in at the guard position. Here's Washington, trying to claw his way back after a terrible showing in that loss to Miami.
The defense was clearly not on the same page. No one picked up the open man.
Galloway taking his time here. Batum with the steal. Fast break now for Charlotte. Graham with the bucket.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Steve, Kobe Bryant said that growing up in Italy gave him a huge advantage learning the fundamentals and the tactics of the game. Do you think Europe's better at developing players than the United States?
You know, I don't think they're better. I do think their system at times for certain players, they get into a system of working on their game. And I wouldn't just say fundamentals from an early age. And a lot of those guys are being able to practice with pros at an early age. I think it comes down to individuals. And also I think a lot of these parents and kids, you have to understand it starts off with making a layup versus making a three. So I don't think the Europe is doing it better. I just think a lot of times right now we're looking at some of those European players and they're coming over ready to play from day one versus some other players.
Brown, good. The Hornets shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Graham kicks to Batum. Down low, here's Zeller, and the dunk by Zeller.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
In a close game like this, everything has to be challenged, and everything has to be earned.
The Pistons trailing. Here's Maker. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. McRae passes to Maker. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Maker's got it all tied up now for Detroit.
Trying to become a more consistent offensive threat. That's the range you like to see Thon Maker own.
Here's Graham. Sinks the 15-footer. Graham's got 4 this quarter. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. McCray passes to Henson. Kicks to Maker. Back to Henson, and it goes out of bounds. That one is off Zeller. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking coming up for the Charlotte Hornets. On Friday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then on Sunday, they'll tip off a road trip starting in Orlando and going up against the Magic.
And for that game against the Knicks, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
Graham, the pass to Bacon. Tried to come right back with the three of his own. It's no good. And it's Doumbouya in the corner. And Henson kicks to McCray. Brown finds Henson. Here's McCray. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. And let's take this opportunity to show you the most productive rookie rebounders of the last 10 games. You look at Washington. A terrific rebounder, 5th overall.
He's brought that physicality. I mean, given a chance to contribute, he's shown that he can battle inside with the best of them.
And it's the Hornets with the ball, following the bucket by the Pistons. Yep, it goes, and the Piston lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Graham.
Oh, he's heating up here now in the second quarter. Watch out.
Tries to save it, out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession.
In a moment here, let's check out the numbers for Brown. Some good contributions, really, since the All-Star break. Averaging about 11 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
He's not trying to take over necessarily. He's just taking what the defense allows and contributing to the cause.
Now here's Zeller. He's coming off a 10-point game against Miami. And that one goes long. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Here's Wood. Rozier defending. Here's Henson. That's Biyombo with the rebound.
I'm not sure the defense affected that shot. That was just a blown gimme.
Shot by Zeller, no good.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
It started off looking good, but the timing was just a little off, and sometimes that's all it takes.
Now, here's Rozier. He's coming off a 40-point game against the Heat in Miami. Here's Biyombo. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte.
It's a shot you would think he would make, but he just doesn't make it all the time.
Basket counts. Kennard's got the lead up to 3 now for Detroit.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Don't need to be a hero.
Zeller passes to Biyombo. To the inside. The kick out to Rozier. Got it up. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Pistons lead by 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome back from the first half. Been a dandy so far. A dandy. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. Nothing seemed to give way on either side. And that...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Detroit leading by 3. Well, we've got a moment left set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the court for the Pistons. On the wings, Kennard and Snell. Wood out there with Griffin. And it's Rose in at the point. And it's Graham missing. The Pistons shooting at 52% for the field. They're clicking. And Kennard came into the league viewed mostly as a shooter, but he's been able to provide much more than that.
I mean, better than you think when he puts the ball on the floor. Learning how to lean into defenders and step back to open up the shot is a better playmaker than he gets credit for, and we should see him take on a larger role as he develops. The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Elbow shot. And it's Rozier missing.
Starting the half with 3 straight misses. Now how they envision this one.
The Pistons working the ball around now. Wood, the second chance points on the tip in. Wood's got his second basket.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Graham, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. There are certain players, as we know, who can really back you up and get you on your heels, and then they hit the brakes and they hit you with a pull-up jumper. They're very tough to defend.
Kevin, you said it best. Being able to hit the brakes and stop on a dime, I think it's James Harden, Steph Curry, C.J. McCollum, Kyrie Irving. Those are some of those names where guys can go in fast pace, fast motion, then stop and pull up and be on balance and knock down the shot. They just don't have it right now. 0 for 4. Must have been one core speech at halftime.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
No luck, they battled on the glass, but couldn't knock it down. Hornets trail by 5. Good for another field goal. Number 5 on the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Snell finds himself wide open and drills it. Snell's got his second bucket of the night.
Beautiful looking shot from Snell. You have to respect his jumper.
Pass to Rozier. Pulls up on the wing. Offensive rebound. He can't hit that time. Pistons leading by 5. Bucket is good.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Graham kicks to Biyombo. The pass to Snell. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Miles Bridges. The Pistons have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. Thon Maker's checked in for Detroit. And so Snell nails both of them.
People wondered how happy Blake Griffin would be after being traded from L.A. to Detroit a few years back. He has completely embraced the city, and Motown loves him back as well, quickly becoming a fan favorite. This is the shot you want to get him, an open look from range.
Galloway kicks to Snell. With the putback, and Griffin stays with it. Griffin's got 8.
They are just killing him on the interior.
1:19 left to play in the third. Here's Bridges outside for Batum. Pass to Bacon. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Misses from short range. And with Griffin, he's also embraced Detroit's situation, trying to build a contender.
Griffin said he feels like he's a part of building something special here in Detroit. You have to admire how quickly Blake has gone all in for the Pistons franchise.
Batum passes to Bacon. Over in the corner, Zeller. Charlotte needs to get a shot up. Yep, that one goes in there.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
So Rozier will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Trailing here by 8. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Passes it to Bacon. Back to Rozier. There's the triple. Here's Zeller, goes back up, and he sinks the layup. Zeller's got his third bucket of the night.
Salvage the possession. He's a terrific offensive rebounder.
Here's Galloway. It's deflected. He gets it up. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Detroit Pistons with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. We come back right after this. Now let's take a listen on head coach.
Get the pass, attack.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Batum is out there with Terry Rozier. Then it's Zeller. Then it's Bridges. And it's Bacon in at the 3 spot. Offensive rebound. Zeller. That's tipped. And there's a whistle. That goes on Terry Rozier. That is his first foul of the game. Pistons leading by 6. Elbow shot is on the way, and he makes that one.
Hard to contest Derrick Rose. With the speed, he's able to stop on the dime and pull up.
Rose against Rozier. Inside. There's Bacon. Rebounded by the Pistons.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Hornets trail by 8. Tries it from 19. Bridges shot. Good.
Just a high-energy player. Bridges brings the aggression every possession.
Got a piece of it. Now, here's Batum. He's guarded closely. It's a nice pass in here by Charlotte. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And it's 6 points for Miles Bridges.
And those are exactly the kinds of plays that can spark a team. Just solid work down in the paint.
The Hornets have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. No one near Rozier as he lets it fly. Offline with his 3. Pistons leading by 4. That's a 2 from Snell. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Please block out Blake Griffin. If not, that's the result.
On the wing, Batum. The baseline J. And he knocks down the jumper. Here is Rose. To the paint. And so the ball is out of bounds. Rozier touched it last.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Force them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
Kennard's shot is off.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job.
That one's good, and the Piston lead is cut to just 1 in the basket from Graham.
Sometimes it's all about patience. His first 3 of the game, something to build on.
But they recover it. Griffin dishes to Snell. Shot's good. Griffin making the play.
And really, Snell needs no time at all to get his jump shot off. He's looking to score once he gets the pass.
Rozier against Rose. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Here's Graham. Pocket 6. They grabbed their own miss. .157 left in the fourth quarter. And stolen by Graham. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Here's Washington. Hammers it down off the coast-to-coast break.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
We talk about it time and time again. Turnovers are costly, especially when the game is close.
Here's Graham. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not-so-unlucky 13 shots.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
And I don't think he expected to get that good of a look. poor communication defensively. The leadership role of Derrick Rose, taking the responsibility of a big possession right there, put everything on his shoulders.
Rozier kicks to Bridges. Back to Rozier. 4 on the shot clock. Kennard with the rebound. And the foul called on Bismack Biyombo. That is his first foul of the game. Zeller, who's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. The Pistons lead it. Outside Rose. Pass to Kennard. Over to the left wing. There's 48 seconds left in the game. Bridges with the steal. And now here's Rozier, the fast break chance. Good! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
They get it back. Wood. From deep, Rose. Wood. Griffin trying to get open. It counts.
Hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in. And it's Graham missing. And it's Rose with the ball for Detroit. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. It's in!
We're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
Looking to get it going. Count it!
I will put him in the category as a clutch player. Derrick Rose delivers again.
From deep, it falls! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Oh, beautiful looking shot. I mean, when you can hit it from that deep, wow.
And so it's the Pistons who come out on top here. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan.